Welcome to Circuit de Spa Francorchamps, side of today's GT-3 race, Fort Worth screen printing GT-3 series. 28 cars have shown up for this event, so very good turnout here in the rain. This is their out lap. Get ready for qualifying. So you'd think cars would start giving space to the next car. We'll see how that goes as they make their way around. But you see it is wet. We are in the rain. Qualifying is not currently actively raining, but they do have the spray on the track. They don't have extra rain being put down, so it's just an overcast sky right now on a wet track. 8 minutes to try and get a lap time down as the 06 goes around the 37. Looks like the 26 is in the wall there. I don't know. A few of the Scur Squad cars having trouble there in no name. Snail and Cleo, and yep, there's 26 and I believe 12. Is that Macus? A little trouble through no name. Good morning, race fans. How we doing, Scott? You want to hang out and chat? More than welcome to. If you're out there trying to drive, you can do that too. Join drivers, and I'll pull you down. Got 15 minutes before you got to leave. All right. You can give us a little insight on the track then, and how rain racing works. I'm good at those things. Hello, Scott.
Good morning, race fans. We got a good one on here today. Oh, it's raining. Never mind. Never mind.
So how do the drivers have to take the course differently now that there's wetness out on the track?
First and foremost, they need to find out if it's a woman causing the wetness. If it is, quit the race. Go handle that. If it's not female-induced, that's fine. Get back in the sim. Biggest thing is do not drive on the normal racing line. The normal racing line, what happens is all the stones, basically what happens to give you grip is all the stones bite into the tire. When it's dry, you want a flat surface so you can get more rubber pressing directly into the racetrack. What happens when it's wet though, is that the water fills in all the little gaps in the stones. Okay, have you ever stepped on a wet tile?
Yes.
That's exactly what driving in the rain feels like when you're driving on the slicked line. When you move over to a rougher surface, we ever walked on wet gravel? Wet gravel's actually not too bad. And the reason for that is the gaps, all the water sinks down into the gaps in between the stones. And the stones are a little bit bitier, bite into the tires more. So get off the racing line is the big key. You'll see them all, they'll drive into the corners. If the entry line to the braking zone is normally wide, you'll see them braking on the narrow section of the racetrack. They'll swing wide in the middle of the corner and then try and cross the slick line.
So stay off the racing line to get off of the packed in rubber. You want to get on the loose rubber and have some grip.
No rubber. Stay away from rubber.
Stay away from all
rubber.
the rubber.
Rubber and paint. Rubber and paint. Death.
Paint is death. Curbs are death.
Yeah.
Out of
There's
death.
some that you can cross, but the times where you want to cross the curbs is when you can point the car straight across them. And you're not turning, basically. You're not turning, you're not accelerating, not braking whilst you're on the curbs. That's how you save a car. If you keep trying to turn or accelerate whilst you're on a slick surface, that's where the car will break loose. If you point the car straight whilst you're on any of those painted surfaces and you're not accelerating, you'll be fine. You won't be fine, but you'll be okay. You know, you can recover that.
So most of this race is going to be about minimizing mistakes and recovering quickly, I imagine.
100%.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of wheel-to-wheel racing. I think it's going to be just racing the track, more or less.
Yeah, a lot of that. And managing the spray. That first lap is going to be treacherous. Make sure you survive that first lap. I was just talking to Smokey. He was real disappointed with not being able to survive first lap on Wednesday. So that's the thing I spoke to him about and working on tonight.
So just trying to give space to the cars in front of you and watch your mirror, see if you're about to get run over?
Yeah. Watch everyone ahead. Make sure you go for, use the space. It's a GP circuit. Oh boy, Colin Teague just had a massive slide through Blanchimont. God damn it, Smokey. I told you to brake narrow. He's braking shallow again. Sorry, braking on the racing line again. We worked on this, Smokey. God.
It's such a bad habit to break yourself of. And every time I'm out there, I want to stay on the racing line because that's just what I'm freaking used to. So completely change how you drive. What about corners that don't necessarily have heavy braking?
Oh, that was an old Teams, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I was meant to talk to Smokey.
Dear Lord.
Well, I gave everyone my tips. There you go.
Perfect. Stay on track is probably tips 1 through 20.
Yeah, yeah. Underdrive it. You lose more than you gain, so underdrive it, man.
Say a driver's trying to get out of the way, they probably still need to stay on the surface this time, right? Normally they can kind of take the curbs and use the extra track, but it's going to be real treacherous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just about reading what you can. It's really, really difficult because the problem in these sorts of conditions is everyone will attack it in a different method. Yeah, so, you know, just do what you can, and for the faster drivers, it's about trying to read the situation. What do you gain by attacking a lapped car aggressively? You tend to gain very little, but the risk is quite high, so.
We've only got 9 cars that put a lap in so far. Jacob Peterson leading that group and just went off track trying to go around the lap machine of Daniel Llewellyn. They'll reset and probably not get another lap in because big track.
We're actually coming out of the band of rain, so as this session progresses, the conditions should actually get better.
Yes. Like there has been no rainfall during this session. It's just been spray and wet track drying out a little bit. It's overcast though, so it won't dry much. But then in the race, we are forecast for light rain at the beginning and picking up intensity as it gets closer to the end, so that'll be a handful. Is that Daniel Gray in the booth? No, it is not Daniel Gray in the booth.
It is. It's Daniel Gray 11.
Oh, the new model.
Yeah, yeah. We're upgraded for more shit-talking capabilities. Unfortunately, took a hit to the talent processor, but hey, we'll deal with that.
My introduction to Daniel Gray was at a truck race in Pocono in a C-Fixed, and the entire duration of the race we were talking about plastic versus wooden chopping boards. The entire race.
I love Pocono. Love C-Fixed at Pocono. That's where I gain all my iRacing.
All of it? Every bit of it?
Pocono Auto Club, Michigan.
Big tracks.
Yeah, every time I go to Pocono, I recover what I've lost elsewhere.
Nice. Minute to go in qualifying. Peterson still leads it. Only 10 cars have put it in a lap down officially. And they'll be at the front of the field, including Montrose and Grindel in the McLarens. Garrett Warren in the Acura was fourth. Just lost that to, it's like the Mustang of Micah Doran.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go talk to him. He's having a lot of struggles at the moment.
Okay, bye.
So I'll be right back. I promise.
Okay, bye. He can't come back. That's the joke. 13 get a lap down as Cleo gets a lap to count in the final 30 seconds. Now 14th is Lafayette, sits there in 13th, throwing gravel all over the place. You see gravel flying out the back, so he must have got off in the source. Neckrich in 11th, Mullins 10th, Koo in 9th, Neckrich of the Andy variety in 8th, Garrett Warren 7th, Micah Doran 6th, Harry Grindel 5th, Ian Montrose 4th, Diego Iturbe into 3rd, and Regan near the end of this thing gets the pole from Jacob Peterson. Gets a lap to count and gets the pole by 2 seconds. Quite an outstanding and stellar lap there. And we are headed into race time. 30-minute timed race. We'll start with a little light rain at the start, and then it's just going to get more and more rainy as we get to the end. This is actually just a wet track. We're not even raining right now. A wet track. So watch Regan make his way around. Number 7. One of the many Scur Squad rods in this field. Montrose, the C2X McLaren. He's behind the Acura up ahead. Harry Grindel Watching these cars come back to the line. I think Matthew Koo coming off the final corner out of the bus stop to the checker flag. See if Matthew improves. Looks like goes to a 44 and moves up to 9th, so nice improvement out of Matthew. Harry Grindell into the bus stop. Getting the power down in that McLaren. See what kind of lap Harry can put down. Best is a 42. What's this one going to be? 43, so stays in the 5th spot. Trying to see who's behind. Looks like Ian Montrose. Ian coming to the line. Better lap. Moves up to 3rd. Nice lap from Ian Montrose. Andy Neckrich also a big jump all the way up to 4th. That Porsche putting in a great effort right there at the end of qualifying. And Cliff Mullins across the stripe. He's going to move up. Gets a 44 down. He'll move to 12th. Gains a position. CS the pole sitter currently. Regan. Well, we have 2 number 1s on track. That's confusing as hell. Lafayette holding up the number 7. They make contact, and I believe that's going to kill. Oh. All right. Okay, then. That's how that's going to end. There's the other number 1. It was Hayden. That's who that was on track. And I think Ethan Evers. Those are the only 2 still out there. I don't know that either of them are on an official time lap, but they are still getting practice in, I guess. We'll wait for iRacing to say it is over. Makes his way through Rivage. Welcome back. Hi, Scott.
Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Just trying to, get into the boys and get into their heads. Like, so the problem with short practice sessions and stuff like this is I can teach them a concept. And then they're going out there and they're trying to apply it. I'm like, oh, you understand the concept, but your application is horrible. It's the same sort of thing. So with Spa, you've got Eau Rouge Radion, and it's really, really critical to carry the speed through there because that's probably your best overtaking zone on the lap coming out of there. So when I was talking to Smokey, I gave him all the tidbits, and he's like, okay, I've got to enter narrow. So he's trying to enter Eau Rouge Radion narrow. That's actually the worst thing you can do. You actually want to be a little bit wider on entry so that you're already outside the slick line, so that you can turn it in straight away. If you're narrow on entry to Eau Rouge Radion, you just push wide. And then you have to slow the car right down, turn it a long way back to the right, turn it a long way back to the left. You carry no speed that way. So if you enter a little bit wide for Eau Rouge Radion in the wet, you get outside the slick line straight away, carry a little bit more speed to the right-hander. You're turning earlier, basically. It's all of this is planning about, I've got to cross a really bad section of the track where there's no grip at some point. When am I crossing that, basically?
Qualifying has come to an end as we watched Hayden Lowell just disappear off the racetrack. Magic. And Regan Carty is going to be your pole sitter. And Scott, thanks for hanging out. What do you got to run off and do?
I'm off to cricket. Unfortunately, my game of cricket today is a long way away from my house, so I actually have to leave early. I couldn't race. I love wet racing, though, so I'm a little disappointed I couldn't race today.
10-4. All right. Well, get on out of here. Enjoy your cricket. Good luck in your match. And yeah, hopefully this goes well for your teammates.
Well, we'll see.
Later, man. All right. Field gridding up here on the racing surface. So we can roll through our lineup here. Oh, man. It has us all jumbled up. Waiting for our pole sitter. There we go. Oh, man. The Skir Squad front row here. That's cool. Let's see if we can get our Wannagoons logo up here on the screen. Roll through our starting lineups presented by our friends at The Wanted Goons, sponsoring all of our starting lineups this season. And I don't know if I have it for this, because this is a different series. There it is. Aha! It's in a different place than usual, but we're going to roll through it. Regan Carty, for Skir Squad, rolls off the number 7 in first place, so an all-McLaren Skir Squad front row. Jacob Peterson starts second in the number 44 McLaren for Skir Squad. Ian Montrose has his McLaren rolling off in a 3rd spot, and the Porsche of Andy Neckrich for Wannagoon starts in the 4th spot. Diego Iturbe, Skir Squad BMW 5th. Blake Jackson, another Skir Squad BMW in 6th. Harry Grindell, Kamikaze Motorsports McLaren, starts in 7th. Michael Doran has the Skir Squad Mustang rolling off in 8th. A lot of Skir Squad here tonight. Garrett Warren has that Marca looking Acura rolling off in 9th. Lucas Hoisma has his low drag Mustang starting in 10th. At the Coup, another Scur Squad BMW in 11th. Cliff Mullins and his AC Racing Graphics Corvette in 12th. Davis Greenwell, the Mercedes, rolls off in 13th. John Neckrich, the number 6 for Wannagoons, rolls off in 14th. Tom Payne, Scur Squad BMW in 15th. Nathan Lafayette, the Trading Paints Penguins 00 McLaren, rolls off in 16th. Cleo Wood, another McLaren, rolls off in 17th. The boss for Scur Squad. Macus in the BMW starts right behind her in 19th. Colin Teague, the bright pink Merc, rolls off in 20th. Hayden Law, the Napa Ford, starts 21st. Deep in the field for Hayden. A little surprising there. Must not have been able to get a lap down. Cody Cleaver rolls his McLaren off in the 22nd spot. Travis Martin will start 23rd. Owen Lebsack will start 24th in his Mustang. Jeremy Clapper Newell from the pits would have gridded 25th. Mike Edwards in his Mustang in 26th. Isaac, I don't know how to say his last name, so we're just going to call him Isaac in the 26th Corvette, starts in 27th. Ethan Evers has his Fort Worth Green Corvette in the 28th spot. Daniel Llewellyn starting from the pits in his Corvette. And Taylor Tweedy Bird starts 30th in his McLaren. And it looks like James Prater has the lone Ferrari in the field starting in 31st. Field following that BMW. Brand new pace car to iRacing this season. Fun to have something a little different. You see the light rain has picked back up. Scheduled and forecasted to get heavier as the race goes along. 30-minute timed event, an estimated 12 laps. We will see what our field can do. This is a large field for the rain. Going into La Source, this could be total chaos. We've seen F1 drivers make it total chaos in La Source, so we'll see how 31 GT3 cars can do in the wet. It's difficult enough in the dry. They're going to have to do it in the wet. Checking through our cameras, see what we got going on here today. Oh, that's a nice one. We'll go with that. Nice wide angle heading into the bus stop. See, it's a little stuttery. Sorry about that. The rain uses up a lot of resources. Pace car is off. Field rolls, rolling start. Towards the start finish. Hopefully everyone makes it through the bus stop. At least has it a chance at the turn one. Waiting for the green flag. There it is. We are underway from Spa. Into turn one. Does everybody make it? Oh, wide line for their Lucas Hoytsma there. So far, looks like everyone managed a little bit of contact between the 17 and 51. Colin Teague and Owen Lebsack, but they make it through. Oh no! We got a Scur Squad car wrecking and smashes into Harry Grindell right in the Eau Rouge section. Harry Grindell's lost the nose. That was one of our higher up Scur Squad cars spinning around at the front of the field. Might have been Blake Jackson or Diego Iturbe, one of the two. Mike Edwards is involved, and Eau Rouge has claimed another victim. Looks like the 88, Diego Iturbe. I believe that's our points leader coming in. It's the 88 uncharacteristically making a mistake here. Going into Eau Rouge, smacks the nose, collects Harry Grindell. Teammate Blake Jackson gets into it. Let's try to go back to that other side of the track to see where Blake went into it. I think Mike Edwards late to the scene there. Try to track down what happened to the 14 team. Edwards is a little further back. He gets into it with the 00. Mike Edwards and the 00 of Nathan Lafayette come together. Lafayette gets turned off to the side, losing the back bumpers. Mike Edwards got in there hot in the Mustang and knocked the rear end off of that 00 car. And McLaren losing the back end, so Edwards had to take a tow. Out front, it is Regan Carty. Then you have Jacob Peterson and Ian Montrose battle for second. Check our lap counter there. It's not showing our timer. Give me 2 seconds to fix that for you. There you go. Oh, Ian Montrose and the 44 Peterson. Second place battle. Both spin out. Let's go back and see what happens on the drone shots here as they get together. Uh-oh, looks like a little bit of loss of traction on the inside and just not enough room. They were door to door. Both of them recover fairly well. Lose 3 to 4 spots there, but it didn't seem like a lot of damage. Peterson falls to 10th. Montrose fell to 5th. Regan way out front now by 5 seconds after the second place battle crashed. Andy Deckrich finds himself in that second spot. And newcomer Michael Doran just joined. Has the Mustang riding in third. Matthew BMW in fourth. And Ian Montrose still up in the top 5 after the crash in 5th, right ahead of Garrett Warren, Lucas Whiteswood, Davis Greenwell, Mackus, and that's where you find Jacob Peterson. That was the other car battling for second. Hayden Lowell started deep in the field after having that issue in qualifying, all the way up to 11th in 1 lap. Well, we'll call it 2 laps. Nice job, though, Mr. Hayden. You have Owen Lebsack in the 17. Yeah, it was 1 lap for Hayden to do all that, so good job. Owen Lebsack in 12th. James Prater doing a great job out there. Prater has that Ferrari sitting in the 13th spot. John Neckrich right behind in 14th. And you have Isaac in the Corvette, number 26 and 15th. And Tom Payne just behind 16th. Uh-oh. See Davis Greenwell running down the order. Oh no, Owen Lebsack in the 17 spins. Davis Greenwell went wide. He just rejoined the track. Radeon getting a couple of victims there as they go down the Kennel Straight now. Back up towards the front. Pretty good 4-car battle here. Lucas Whitesman and Marcus Hagman. Marcus, it's Mackus. Marcus Hagman. Always call him Mackus though. It's hard not to. El Padre, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. I mean, it actually is fun, Kenny. Like, you may say that sarcastically, but the challenge is fun. Micah Doran up to second. It's gotten by Andy Neckrich. Andy sits now in third. Matthew Q fourth. Ian Montrose still in that 5th spot. Garrett Warren sits 6th. Watching this in Smokey's POV is the most stressful. There is Lucas in the number 97 Mustang. A low drag, 712 brakes. Going through Puhan. Behind him, Skir Squad battle between the BMW of Mackus and the 44 of Jacob Peterson. Peterson's up to the 9th spot. Hayden Lowell up into the top 10 after those 2 cars had that issue ahead of him. Davis Greenwell, we got a slider in the back. I believe that's the 26. It looks like the normal 26 driver out there. Oh no, is that Cody Cleaver in the McLaren getting wide out into the gravel there? It doesn't hurt anything. This is why we tried this race on Spa. There's a lot of runoff, so you don't have to absolutely obliterate your car if you make a mistake. Give people plenty of extra room to try and gather the car back in. Oh no, Lucas is dropping down. What happened to the 97? Oh, he lost the back end. A little too much power out of that Mustang. Spins the V8 into the inside wall. Just slight contact. Should be okay if he can get around without collecting any other cars. Now's the time to throw the hammer down. There you go. Spin it around and get back in there. Only lost like 2 spots. Jacob Peterson gets around Mackus into the bus stop. Overshoots it. Gets onto the outside line. Mackus gives plenty of room, though, to a teammate. Hayden Lowell trying to get them both here. Hayden trying to be opportunistic up to 9th and now passes the McLaren of Peterson for 8th. So Hayden making a great recovery in the Napa car. He's trying to cut off the McLaren into the braking zone, knowing the McLaren has better brakes. And that Mustang has more V8, more song down the straightaways. Making his drive really bad fixed in the... is just plain stupid. Cry is free. Yeah, right, Kenny? Imagine complaining about free things to do. Matthew Q in third, being challenged by Andy Neckrich, but hangs on to it. And Montrose, Warren. In this 3-car battle, Peterson has gotten back around Hayden and Mackus. So Peterson up to 7th. Hayden drops back down to 9th, and Mackus still sits 8th. And Davis Greenwell in the white Merc. He lost that wing in, was it qualifying or practice? One of the two, and he didn't realize it. And he was like, why is this car so loose? I have no downforce. Hey, Davis, you don't have a spoiler. Neckrich in 11th, the orange and black machine of John Neckrich. There's Cody Cleaver out of the gravel traps and back into the race. Lucas Weitzman in 13th. Got a little nose damage from spinning it out and nosing it in the wall. Ian Montrose has gotten around Andy Neckrich back into the 4th spot. You saw under braking, losing the back end a little bit. This would be a good race if it wasn't for Regan Carty 5 seconds ahead of all this. 5 cars 2nd through 6th all lined up here together. Micah Doran, Matthew Koo, Ian Montrose, Andy Neckrich, Garrett Warren. Good battle 2nd through 6th. It's all about making the least amount of mistakes. Looked like the Acura was closing in on the Porsche. Wannagoon teammates there. Look at that spray. Let's go on board that 6th car and see what you can see, because it's not a lot of promise. There you go. You're not seeing much of anything in here. Alright, Scott, take care. Good luck in your cricket. It is a lot you can see. See him get offline so you can see where he's headed. Into the bus stop. These onboards are just, ugh. Regan Cardi. Headed into Eau Rouge. And up through Radion. Away goes Regan Cardi, and then 5 seconds later, get this battle. Micah's actually put about 1.5 seconds over Matthew Koo. And you got Montrose, Neckrich, Garrett Warren. Then we jump back to Greenwell and Hagman. These two are side by side. Merck versus BMW. Davis in the white machine. Mackus in the black, red, and blue. About 10 minutes complete here. Mike Edwards and Tom Payne have both dropped out of the race. 27 cars still running. It's like the 31 hits the pit lane. If you want to maintain participation, I appreciate it's free. It's not. Oh, it's an entertaining. It's for the entertainment value. We're entertained by you guys struggling out there. I don't care if you like the setup. I give no fucks if you like the setup. You will get the setup you get and you will like it. Don't care. Matthew Koo is closing in on Michael Zoran to make that 2nd place battle a little closer. Ian Montrose has fallen back away from him though. So the top 5 groups kind of split up a bit. We're here for the entertainment. It doesn't matter if you're comfortable. We're here to have fun and goof off. And that's what we're doing. We're having fun, we are goofing off. If you're trying to think this is F1 and you're going to be the next Max Verstappen, this is not the place for you. You're welcome to be here, but this is probably not going to be enjoyable for you. If you're here to let loose, have fun, do your best, this is the place for you. As Rihanna says, shut up and drive. One of my favorite songs. Cliff Mullins, James Prater. It's Corvette versus Ferrari. Oh, Ferrari got way out of shape there for James Prater. Able to save the back end though. Cliff Mullins leaving plenty of room to the inside as they go side by side into the bus stop. Mullins gets clear. He'll have the advantage heading to the start-finish line. Andy Neckrich is gotten by Ian Montrose. Montrose had trouble through Rouge and Radion. Let's see what happened to that number 1 machine. Had a big advantage. And the back end comes around going through Eau Rouge. Does actually a really good job of spitting the car out twice and keeping up decent amount of speed and only losing 2 spots. It's actually a pretty good job of car control there from Ian Montrose. Falls from 4th to 6th. Still in the hunt there. Closing in on halfway. Regan Cardi, 6-second lead. I have to start adding some weight to that car. Way out in front. Catching the 27, Nathan Lafayette. Saw Lafayette lose the back end. He's been down the pit lane to get some repairs done. Daniel Llewellyn, 26th. A little bit further up the road, about 2 seconds, 3 seconds ahead. Prater and Mullins still going at it. The Ferrari absolutely gets sent there into the corner. Able to get it woed down. And they're side by side. Going through Maldi. Down towards Rivage. See him keeping it way offline. Staying out wide. Mullins not caring. Just driving it slower over the rubber parts. Down into No Name turn 9. And off towards Puhan they go. Uh-oh. We lost one of our BMWs there. Is that Macus? Uncharacteristic mistake from Macus. Normally he's teaching me how to drive in the rain. He's then spun around and dropped off. Looks like 4 or 5 spots from 9th place down to 14th. Let's see what happens to the number 12 to get out that far. Gets on the curves going through Puhan. Is there contact from Cleaver? Doesn't look like it there. Gets the back end around and then just can't catch up to it. Spins it around. Make sure to roll off the racing surface so he doesn't collect anybody. Just waits to rejoin safely. Macus dropping to 14th. Looks like Colin Teague's had an issue. Same area. Different side of the track though. Comes out of Puhan. This is my nemesis too. I'm terrible in this section of the track. Back end comes around on that Merc. Very back end heavy car. That is what happened to him. All right, Lucas and Greenwell battle for 12th. Closing in on halfway through this race. And why'd you guys pick the BMW if it's so bad in the rain? Silly thing to do. Garrett Warren has taken the Acura to the pit lane. Hayden Lull was way off the track there. Lost a little bit of time and 1 position. So he drops down to 7th. There's the spray that's just miserable if you're the second car in line. Hayden jumps out to get some visibility. And he'll tuck back in line for the corner. Right behind Micah Doran. Doran up to the 6th spot. Jacob Peterson's rebounded from that 2nd place crash back up to 5th. Montrose, the one he had the crash with, just ahead, so the McLarens could be setting for a battle here. So we'll see the battle that caused the crash resumed here. Pizza Boy, thanks for the hydration. We'll show you Matthew Q, and then we'll show you Ian Montrose, and then we'll take a hydration. Although Hayden's closing in for that 6th spot, so we'll jump over there too. Roll through No Name. Not quite close enough for the Mustang to make a move on the other Mustang. Jacob Peterson. Matthew Q's had an issue, it seems. Montrose moved up to 3rd. Peterson 4th, and Doran. What happened to Doran? Right there in front of Hayden. Matthew going for a ride. Was riding up there in the top 5. Back end comes around going into Puhan. Lost traction and the BMW spins it out. And stops in the middle of the track. It was a little scary. Oh my goodness. Montrose going way wide to avoid it. Right on the racing line. That was unfortunate. Cardi coming around to complete another lap. We're now scheduled about 11 laps, it looks like. Cardi will complete another. Neckrich sits in 2nd for the Indy variety. Ian Montrose the other podium position, and Peterson not far behind. That battle shaping up to be a good one between the two McLarens. Already had contact racing for 2nd. Now they're about to battle for 3rd. As Peterson is closing in on Montrose. You have Micah Doran sitting 5th. Hayden Lull is 6th. Started deep in the field, so nice recovery for Hayden. Trying to run down Micah Doran. A couple of Mustangs going full song around Spa. And Matthew Q in the BMW after a little spin, still in 7th. And a 13-second gap back to Blake Jackson in 8th. Blake has John Neckrich, Cody Cleaver, Lucas Hoisman, Davis Greenwell all trapped behind him. So evidently, Blake might be holding up the group a little bit, maybe. That's what happens in short track racing when there's a big gap and then a bunch of cars behind. Usually that's because the car in front's a little bit slow. I don't want to say bad things about Snail, but could be having some issues. Micah Doran looked like just had an issue in the 95 Mustang. Going through Puhan. Not Puhan. Going through Rouge. Let's see what happens to the Mustang. Back in. Starts to come around. Never does catch it. Keeps sliding. Really nice job of getting off the power and keeping the race car from going around backwards. Saves a lot of time not having to turn back around. Does drop to 7th, but did a really good job keeping in the fight. Montrose has caught up to Andy Nekrich. Porsche starting to struggle a little bit. Maybe the rain's starting to get heavier. But Montrose right on the back bumper of that Porsche. Got several battles going on now. Diego Iturbe crashed on lap 1, just past Cliff Mullins for 14th. I'll be stick with this battle here. See the McLaren dancing around back there. See if he looks to the inside here. Gonna peek the nose in. Shows the nose, but Nekrich not having it. Let's jump back over. Lucas Weissman, Davis Greenwell behind Cody Cleaver. Blake Jackson, oh no, we clicked over right at Blake Jackson spinning the BMW out of Puhan and into the inside retaining wall. Blake Jackson's going to drop down to 11th. He brings debris back out onto the track. Not the only one. You see a ton of rocks already out there. My goodness. Unfortunately for Blake, he was bunched up with a bunch of other cars, and that's going to cost him. So that huge gap we had is gone. Andy Nekrich, 17 seconds now behind race leader Regan Carty. Into the bus stop they go. Montro's going to try to cut underneath him here on exit. Not quite able to get there. Hey, it is very moist, Cody. It's extremely moist out there. Final 10 minutes of the race. Montrose showed the nose once again, but Andy Nekrich taking the racing line and not giving a hoot about Ian Montrose's showing of the nose. There is, through the bus stop, the 97 and the 20. Oh, I'm joking. Luke is in 9th, Davis Greenwell 10th, and Blake Jackson recovering in the BMW in 11th. Everybody having their own little day out there, it feels like. Everything hurts after that cough. Here's Regan Carty just chilling. Nobody in front, nobody behind. Lapped up through Daniel Llewellyn. And 23 cars still on the lead lap. Runner splits. You can see the ones outside the top 20. Andy Nekrich still battling Ian Montrose, Jacob Peterson. A few other battles going on. It's Davis Greenwell, Blake Jackson. And we got Jeremy Clapper. I didn't even realize he was in this race. And Colin Teague with no nose. Oh, they make contact on the straightaway. That was odd. Did not expect that. Colin Teague with no nose gets by Jeremy Clapper Newell. Taylor Dixon 23rd. Looks like Nekrich and Montrose going at it once again as they catch a Corvette. Get around Daniel Llewellyn clean. I believe that's Lafayette up ahead. He may be struggling a little bit. He's up off the track. Oh my gosh. Puhan, my nemesis, catching quite a few drivers out here tonight. Getting any kind of traction in these cars looks like a challenge, but it looks fun. I want to be out there. See some puddles developing. Jacob Peterson having a blink. The rain is picking up a little bit. Just getting more standing water on the surface of the track. Got to avoid that or you will go straight when you hit it. Matthew Koo battling with Micah Doran. Square Squad teammates. The BMW is Matthew. The Ford Mustang is Doran. Flashing the lights at the lap machine of Daniel Llewellyn. Oh no, Daniel. Daniel tried to get out of the way, but I think he did it at the same time that Matthew had decided to try and go up. Fortunately, don't think they hit anything too hard. Just a little brown pants moment. Hayden Lowell is catching them, by the way. Hayden doing a great job Nearly up to the 6th spot. We've got Cody Cleaver having an issue. McLaren, oh no, looks like he's hurt the car that time. Oh, right rear hard into that outside wall. That McLaren not going to drive good. He's limping it back around. Looks like we have another car, James Prater, gone around. Not so much throttle and corner exit. Spins the car around. Same thing we saw Lucas do, but much harder into the inside wall. Ethan Lafayette catching Daniel Lawal, and this is a battle for 24th spot. Lafayette has no rear wing. What an absolute legend. No rear wing on that car. He's still out there making a pass on Daniel Lawal for 24th. I think the Cleaver machine probably heading to the pit lane with the... Oh man, both rear end tires are broken on that McLaren. Quite a savage hit that 2 car took. I didn't realize it broke the left side as well. John Neckrich trying to get into the top 10. Right now tracking down Makis in 12. Quite entertained by this race. I'm very proud of the people that just out there driving it and not complaining. And we saw Cleaver on the pit lane. Cleaver unfortunately falling down the order and out of the top 20. Cliff Mullen joining 14th. Davis Greenwell 10th. Poor Harry hasn't had a clean race yet in these GT3s. Right off of the first lap, Harry just got walloped by the 88, which was our points leader, Diego Iturbe. Diego's rebounded to 13th. Recovery drive after that crash on opening lap going into Eau Rouge. 5 minutes to go. Still has several cars up ahead. Could pass. Currently catching John Neckrich and Makis. The next 2 cars in line for Diego Iturbe to catch up to. Things kind of settled down up towards the front. It's been Regan Carty for forever out at the front, but now Ian Montrose is second in the number 1 McLaren. Around La Source. There's Andy Neckrich in 3rd. Jacob Peterson 4th. So battle not quite done there for 3rd. Then about 9 seconds back, Micah Doran in the Mustang riding 5th. Matthew Koo said he was going to finish last, riding 6th right now. So nice job by Matthew. Such a low outlook coming in, riding up there in the 6th spot. Lucas Weisva currently 7th after that little spin he had and damaged the nose of that Mustang. Blake Jackson rides in 8th. Davis Greenwell in 9th. Hayden Lowell into the top 10. What happened to Hayden? I think he was a little bit higher. There's Makis in 11th. John Neckrich 12th. Sitting there saying great things about Matthew, and Matthew goes off on an adventure. I jinxed him. Still not last, Matthew. Oh my gosh. Going into Eau Rouge, gets it around. BMW spins up the hill, defying physics. Not too bad of an off, though. Gets it righted, gets it back on track. Still riding 6th, but lost the advantage that Matthew had over Hoytsma. And you have Blake Jackson, Davis Greenwell, and Hayden Lowell all right there together. Bit of a gap back to Makis. And then there's John Neckrich, and there's Diego catching up on that number 6. Hard hit into the inside wall going through Eau Rouge and all the way up to 12th now as he makes his way around Neckrich. So the Neckriches are 3rd and 13th. And Harry Grindell just got around Cliff Mullins as the Corvette moves to the inside and gives the McLaren the outside at Harry Grindell trying to recover up to the 14th spot. One of these races has to go clean for Harry. He's just had a rough season so far in GT3. 3 races, 3 wrecks. I don't think any of them were his fault. Certainly not the one tonight. 22-second lead for Regan Carty. Battle's on for everything else. Machos rides in second. Number 1 McLaren, best of the rest, and 5 seconds back, Andy Nekrich. Jacob Peterson, looks like Colin Teagues had a moment and then disappeared. Going up through Eau Rouge once again, the Merc just trying to hang on to it. Spins it out, already was missing the nose. Gets it righted. I think Colin Teague may have disappeared, or it might be his internet, who knows. He's had some trouble with that lately. Battle once again for 24th. It's Lafayette and Daniel Llewellyn. Lafayette still has no spoiler. I don't know if he knows it. Daniel Llewellyn throwing rocks everywhere. Final 2 minutes of the race. Looks like we've had an issue for James Prater again. Off the track in the 98 machine. Check in on Cleo. I haven't said her name much tonight. Just out there being steady and consistent. Up into the top 20. Don't see any damage to the car. Car looks good. It's not been to the pit lane, so solid race for the 55. Garrett Warren had to go to the pit lane for about a minute. That's why Garrett is in 19th. I believe we're on our last lap of the race. I think it's going to take more than a minute to get this car back around to the start-finish line. We shall see. It'll be close. And Regan's been very fast. Could prove to be wrong. If we got any other battles going on. Hayden Lawler-Macus. Oh my gosh, Hayden. The nose of that Mustang falling off of the car. What the hell? He hit something that hard. How the hell is he still 10th? I'll have to go back and see what happened to him. Alright, we're at 15 seconds. Let's check in on our leader. Definitely not making it to the start-finish line in time. So this is the last lap of the race. Regan Carty. Well out in front. Could probably just coast to the win. Into the bus stop for the final time. There's the checkered flag. Was pretty close. Carty off the final turn, up the hill, getting the wiggles out. Gonna get the victory here with the lights flashing. And Carty is your winner. Ian Monchos, a comfortable second right now. Was a comfortable second, then noses it into the wall very hard. He's got 4 seconds over Andy Nekrich. We'll see how badly he hurt it there. Here comes Andy. Andy in the Porsche trying to close in. Monchos is in the bus stop. Might be able to limp it home after that hard crash. Just made it more exciting. Car looks okay. Okay enough to the start finish anyway. Monchos gets second. Made it interesting. Andrew Nekrich in third. Here comes Jacob Peterson in the McLaren for Skur Squad. And bring it home in P4. Micah Dorn, welcome to the series. First race with us. Going to pick up a top 5. Matthew Q said he was going to finish dead last. Going to bring it across the line in 6th. Lucas Oisa, the Mustang, brings it home in 7th. Nice job, Lucas. Blake Jackson, the Snail, brings it home 8th. Davis Greenwell across the line for the Merc in 9th. And Diego Iturbe, after that hard crash on lap number 1, having to go to the pit lane. He rebounds all the way back up to the 10th spot. Macus going to pick up 11th. John Nekrich 12th. Hayden Lowell had done a really good job starting deep in the field. Worked his way up into the top 10. Unfortunately, the Mustang having issues towards the late part of the race, and he is going to finish 13th. Harry Grindell. What could have been for him? Probably ruining that start Diego Iturbe had. Poor Harry just can't catch a break here in GT3. He'll bring it home 14th. Cliff Mullins. Kind of a quiet night for Cliff. Which, in this condition, is probably not a bad thing. He'll get 15th. We have the 26. Isaac Billadou. Until he tells me how to pronounce it differently. I'm just going to try. Isaac gets 16th. James Prater has the Skur Squad Ferrari coming through the bus stop. Back on the throttle on the Ferrari across the line in 17th position. Garrett Warren will bring it home in 18th. And the Skir Squad boss, Cleo, out of the bus stop. Cleo will bring it home in 19th. Final car on the lead lap. Nice race, Cleo. Here's the Skir Squad party. One of these is our winner. Oh my goodness. We're having a good time over here. Let's see if we can get a good shot of our race-winning car. The number 7 of Regan Carty. Get to the waiting room, please, and thank you. We got Ian already in there. We need Regan Carty and Andy Nekrich. Regan and Andy, please, to the waiting room. I'm just going to go grab Regan because I can see Regan. Move to broadcast. Regan, DG, you got a copy? It didn't move. Why not? Why not? I'm the boss that should move. Regan, DG, you got a copy?
Oh, hold up. There we go.
Hello. Well, what a race. You're up there by 22, 30 seconds, just cruising. You made it look easy. We might have to start adding weight to your car.
Yeah, I mean, on that lap 1, I think it was lap 1, I had that spin. I just couldn't get off that curb, so I thought my race was immediately over. But yeah, managed to pull that gap away again. It's pretty fun, just, you know, trying to find all that little bit of grip that some other people couldn't, you know, find or something.
Absolutely, you did a great job managing the race out in the front. Of course, you didn't have a whole lot of spray in front of you, so that probably helped.
Oh yeah, massively. This track in the spray, it's a death wish.
Well, congrats on the win here tonight, and that's 2 for you, making it look easy. You got the friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for your victory at Spa.
Shout out to Balka Esports Racing, team that I'm currently with. Big shout out to them. Shout out to Skir Squad as well, obviously, the team that I'm with this. Just appreciate them for tagging me along on this.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on the win, and hopefully we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you, man.
Actually,
Cheers.
wait. Next week is Valentine's Day, so we're taking next week off. We'll see you in 2 weeks. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, sound.
All right, 2 weeks. Take care.
In a bit, man. Yeah.
Cleo, you finished on the lead lap. I'm proud of you. Ian, DG, you got a copy?
Hello.
Hello. Well, you certainly had an interesting race. You were battling for second, and then you came together with another McLaren. You spun out, and then, well, you made your way back up to second. So I'm damn impressed. Good race for you.
Yeah, nearly threw it away at the end of just to make it even more interesting.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like being off the racing line here, and then, yeah, before I knew it, I was hydroplaning and out of control. But yeah, really, honestly, like a strong race. Even though we had a couple of pirouettes and spins, just to bring it back P2. I don't think I had anything for Regan today. It was too quick, but yeah, just to bring back P2, I think was a solid run. So yeah.
Well, it's damn entertaining, I'll tell you that much, and I'm looking forward to the other 2 raid races we have in store this season. Did you learn anything for those 2, or is it going to be track dependent?
No, I think I'm known as a pretty good rain racer, so it'd be cool to see what it's like on those tracks. But no, these cars, just having this many people out on the track is just good. So even if they are aliens like Regan, so.
All right, man. Well, congrats on that P2. Best of the rest, we'll call it. Good run for the McLaren and the C2X team. Congrats on that. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us?
Yeah, obviously I want to thank yourself for being on the league and for commentating. I want to thank C2X and the team for coming out and cheering me on tonight. Fort Worth Screen Printing for sponsoring the league, and to everybody else that came out tonight. And hello to my family.
Speaking of them, we got to get your banner on.
Oh, yeah. Did I not do that?
No. All right, man. Okay, we'll see you in 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks to get it on there.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Bud. Take care. Yeah, Machos. We're going to hope P2. Now we'll bring in, well, I guess we're going to get into John Nekrich since, I guess he's using, sure. Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
I can explain.
You gonna do Andy's interview for us?
Yeah. I figured, I was like, oh, he doesn't know to go to the waiting room. So yeah, let me go represent Nekrich real quick. I mean, I'm not as fast as him on these things, but I'll do it.
There you go. We'll let you do the interviews. So nice 3rd place run for you, Mr. Andy. Congrats on the strong run out there tonight. What was it like out there, having a lot of close battles and winding up into the top 3 in the podium spots?
Oh man, it was very, very wet out there. The lack of grip was intense, especially if you really upset the tires too much. But a lot of tight racing with Ian there. It was pretty fun racing him for a podium. That 7 car was really quick tonight. We didn't really have it for the win, but glad to bring home the podium. So we'll take it.
10-4, and we'll see you back here in 2 weeks' time. Enjoy your Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, you enjoy your Valentine's Day. Thank you.
John Neckrich filling in for Andy Neckrich for the Friends Family. Hey, one other thing.
Oh, hey.
Do your shout outs. Go fast.
Oh, hey, real quick, quick shout out to Goons, SRL, FPS Heaven, and you for putting on these really fun races, and everyone who watches. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, thanks.
Hey, bye.
John Nickards getting us out of here real fast. We're going to blitz through these results so we can move on. Oh my gosh, my track's still there. There. Regan Cardi, Ian Montrose, Andy Nickers, Jacob Peterson, Micah Doran, your top 5. Matthew Q, Lucas Hoyt, Blake Jackson, Davis Greenwell, and Diego Turbo, your top 10. Moving on to page 2, Micah Sackman, John Nickers, Hayden Lowell, and Harry Grindell, Cliff Mullins, Isaac Bildro, James Frater, Garrett Warren, Cleo Wood, and Jeremy Klepper Newell. Page 3, you have Taylor Dixon, Cody Cleaver, Nathan Lafayette, Danielle Wallen, Colin Teague, Ethan Evers, Owen Lebsack, Tom Payne, Mike Edwards, Travis Martin. And that rounds out our finishers for tonight's race. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you being here. Run through our sponsors real quick, pay the bills so we can get on over to our Super Speedway race, which is about to start qualifying. Wild Horse Broadcasting does our ARCA series on Monday nights. Wanagoons does our Tuesday night dirt series. Thanks to both of them for doing that for us. We have Arc Music doing our Xfinity series on Tuesdays, and 712 Breaks does our Cup series with Lucas and company on Wednesday. Thursdays, we have Low Drag Esports and 712 Breaks putting on our Truck series. And then Friday, as you saw here, Fort Worth Screen Printing putting on our GT-3 series. Appreciate them for coming on board for that. And coming up next, we have Golden Eagle Syrup putting on our Super Speedway series. Should be a good time with the Legacy Xfinity cars at Atlanta. And then Evers Fever Podcast putting on our sidecar events starting up next Sunday. Big C's Diecast sponsors every one of our races. Appreciate them coming on board this season for some diecast giveaways. Scan that QR code to check out what he has to offer. Then CTC Race Network puts on our broadcasts on Wednesday nights. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. We appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your night, and hopefully come on back for the other races tomorrow. I don't know why I said tomorrow. It is later tonight. Tonight was the word I wanted. All right, we concluded that YouTube. We're going to get out of here quickly, save the replay, and get over to